Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 14th of April and I'm in the reading up a nice hot cup of tea and a box of items to unbox. And what I'm going to pull out of here is Rectify. Now this is from, let's have a look, Hansor Publishing, which is best known for the Gaia project. Role-playing game which combines vampires and cyberpunk in a relatively near future setting. But anyway, this is a bit different. Okay, so when faced with your demise, will you rectify or die? In life, you were evil. In someone's eyes, you're at least a killer, a criminal, a fraudster, a thief, a dealer. You hurt people, maybe those close to you. Maybe total strangers. Whatever you've done and whoever you hurt, deep down you know you've done wrong. Now you're paying the price. Rectify is the immersive solo role-playing game about facing death and atoning for the wrongs of an ill-spent life. In Rectify, the player and their character are inexplicably connected, allowing the physical experience of the player to directly affect the outcomes of the trials faced by their character. When presented with the 5 trials of hell, will you rectify or be forever lost to an eternity of fear and agony? So that's quite an interesting setup. I've got the credits page and contents. So this is going to be of an adult nature, as it were. This is a mature role-playing game because it's going to deal with agony, hate, fear, and a chance to rectify. But it's also quite a little difficult thing to read as well because it's fairly heavily stylized. It's fairly oppressive in its layout and so on. You know, even the switch from the black on white to the white on black text tone, and the use of the courier style font. Not always the easiest to read, and it's fairly dense in terms of its layout and style. So, you know, it's going to address this sort of initial setup for you. This is talking about what you were. It's giving you sort of like the background to your situation, and then a couple of notes here about safety and sensitivity, which both of which do need to be addressed with a role-playing game like this, with a solo journaling game. Not for everyone. Not everyone wants to deal with this, and there's also a note about religious connotations as well, which it says, the content within Rectify is not deliberately focused upon a specific religion. Though the game talks about hell and demons, sometimes in the same capacity as other religions, texts, or popular culture, it does so as an easily recognizable convention and not in a specifically religious manner. So, it's talking about the concepts rather than the specifics, as it were. It's up to the player character essentially to, I suppose, to supply those specifics through the player. So, talk what you need to play as well at the end there, before we get started, and we go through the character creation and what you need to know and how to play the game. And then step by step, it's going to take you through the process. You've got to make some pledges, how your physical actions are going to affect play, and how you've got a guide. So talking about your pledges, and then how to record the process and the results. Okay, basically this is going to be in your journal. Essentially, this, as I say, is a journaling game, and there has been a lot of interest in the growth of journaling games, particularly with the publication of 1000 Year Vampire. Typically, a journaling game will give you a series of prompts and ideas from which you to think about how you or your player character will react, and you write that down in the journal, upon which you can reflect after you've ended play, because you actually have a record of it rather than just in your imagination. So, and then it takes you through the different trials, through the mouth, lined with teeth, and what you will encounter there, and you've got a list there of possible pledges, and how to handle the reflection essentially of your first encounter in Rectify. And this is going to follow the same format again and again, as you literally take what at this point is almost an elementary descent into hell. So trial 2 is the throat. And again, you have that similar layout describing what it is, what you need to do to reflect upon the experience there, and what pledges you will make as you descend. Like I said, the elementary descent continues with the gut, with these rather unpleasant images. Well done, but you can see here the masses descending into hell, and you're just part of the throng. Whether or not they're going through the processes at the same time as you, it's another matter. But here we reach the gut, and you have the moment for reflection, pledges you might make. You don't have to use these, but you could. So, for example, it might be example pledges: make an effort so from the gut, the reflection is: embody your pain, feel it ache deep inside you as tears flow and cries come forth. Again, open your mouth and your heart to the truth. Example pledges: make an effort to express your love and affection to someone, especially if that person doesn't know how you feel. Or watch a movie that makes you cry and allow yourself to make yourself let go of emotions, and so on. And then at the end of it, always says, record your experiences and take a short break. So this is not, I said not again, some of the pledges are of an adult nature. You do not want to give this to younger players or whatsoever. Trial 4 is the River of Blood. And then trial 5 is the pit, almost, and there you are encountering the demon at the end of your travails. And here on the reflection is the last of your strength begins to fade. One last push, fight your way through the darkness or forever be lost. Example pledges: tackle a situation that involves conflict, not violence, and makes you angry. Try to resolve it an ongoing dispute or issue, or enter a martial arts competition or tournament, or go to a class if you don't, and so on. And then you literally have at the end of this, the moment to consider what you've done in response to the experience. Do you rectify or die? Does your character rectify or die, I should say? And ultimately coming face to face with your fate, and basically playthrough of Rectify comes to a close. And here we have the author's afterthoughts as well. So that is Rectify. Now, this is probably not something that everyone is going to want to play. Perhaps it's involving physical activities that people or actions don't want to do. Some of them adult in nature. Also dealing with, as you take a character through the situations, through the trials presented in Rectify, it's having repercussions not just for the character but also for you as a player, and physical repercussions essentially in terms of those actions. It's whether or not you want to take that the fantasy of the process and work that out in the physical world, for actions that you're only imagining in the play. I don't think that's for everyone. It's an interesting idea, and whether or not you are ultimately just going to go, okay, I'm imagining this person needs to rectify to go through the process, and I will think about the physical actions that can be done, and I will write about those rather than actually do them. I don't know whether the people are going to react that way. So that's a little bit difficult, I think, to play and to even think about playing, if I'm honest. But it's an interesting idea. Anyway, so that's Rectify from Hansor Publishing. Anyway, so if you have enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you take the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a role-playing game, or in this case a journaling game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.